So I'm here in Atlanta at the Sheridan Suites, and I saw that there was a Total Wine and More down the street, short walk. So I went down there, figured I could pick up a few beers to review, to drink, whatever. And man, it was so hard to put together a mixed six-pack between the lack of selection at Total Wine and More and how few beers were still in date. Some of the beers I looked at I wanted to pick up were from 2024, and they weren't stouts. It's crazy how far down Total Wine has fallen, because Total Wine used to be a really good place to go pick up singles and pick up beer, but now, I mean, I don't know if I'll look for them anymore or specifically go there. But again, I'm in Atlanta, don't have a car, so any port in a storm, right? What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from the road. And as I said, I went to Total Wine and More, was super disappointed in their beer selection. Half the beers I looked at were out of date. But I did find this thing right here, and it's something a little different. I don't know the last time I've reviewed a cider on my channel, and this sounded really, really tasty. So this is the Grapefruit Hibiscus Cider. I keep wanting to say cider from Potter's Craft Cider. Potter's Craft Cider is out of Charlottesville, Virginia. And here's a picture of the can here. Just kind of a grapefruit and leaves and things. And on the can, like I said, it says Grapefruit Hibiscus Session Cider, Potter's Craft Cider. 12 ounces, 4.5% alcohol. It's gluten-free, 0 grams of sugar, 90 calories. On the back here, it says fermented and packaged by Potter's Craft Cider, Charlottesville, Virginia. Ingredients: apples. Well, that'd be good. I mean, I would hope it had apples in it. It's a cider. Hibiscus tea. I'm a big fan of hibiscus. Grapefruit peel, natural flavor. Hate that word. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it contains sulfites. That's everything on the can to speak of. Unfortunately, there is no canned-on date on this beer, on this cider. And again, as you heard in my rant in my opening, I did pick it up at Total Wine and More. Hopefully this is fresh, but who really knows? This could be a 10-year-old can of cider, because Total Wine and More doesn't rotate, doesn't do anything. They just try to sell beers, and they don't care about the dates. It's actually become a pretty terrible place to buy beer. But I'm going to risk it and see what happens. So this is on Untappd. Gets a 3.55 with 5.3 thousand check-ins. Beer Advocate doesn't score these things, so it's an NA there. Get this on into the iconic plastic cup. It's a nice color. Get a nose on it. That surprisingly smells like a mix of like hibiscus tea and apple cider. And even though there's no head, hashtag dip your beak in it. There is almost I didn't see it in the ingredients, but there was almost like a cinnamon-like quality on the nose. But you do get that fresh apple cider smell and like a hibiscus tea smell. So that's, I guess, a good sign to me. And that is, look at the color. I mean, that is super crystal clear. I can see right through that. Kind of a pinkish color, like a rose hips kind of pinkish color. There is no real head to speak of. But the bubbles on top that are popping very, very loudly, almost like pop rocks. Yeah, this smells very inviting. If this tastes the way it smells, I'm going to be really happy. Let's find out. Cheers, everybody. I think it's a little old. It's light-bodied to the point of being watery. It's very watery. No carbonation to speak of. Very little hibiscus, but it is there. I can taste it.
There's some kind of astringent apple cider flavor in there.
And this is a real shame because I think this is probably a couple years old. I would really, really like to try this fresh. But unfortunately, the way the flavors are or lack thereof, I think this is very, very old. Once again, I've been let down by Total Wine & More. I mean, I knew with no date on the can I was taking a risk. And it's a shame that Total Wine does this disservice to the beer industry, to the cider industry. It's really a shame because this sounded like it'd be a really tasty, tasty beverage, something I would really enjoy. And it's just not there. As it is, I'll barely give it a let it play. I'm highly disappointed in this. It's just a shame. I'd really like to try a fresh one. Potter's Craft Cider, if you see this video, send me a fresh one. I will definitely re-review it. I would love to have a fresh can of this. A can. Also, put dates on your cans because there's lots of beer stores out there that don't rotate their stock. They'll leave beers on the shelves for years and then sell them. Then somebody like me gets one. Oh, this beer is garbage. I'm not going to try anymore from this brewery or this cidery or whatever. And it's all because of the beer store. So brewers, cideries, everybody, please put dates on your cans so we know whether it's actually a bad product or just an out-of-date product. Have you had this before? Have you had the Grapefruit Hibiscus Session Cider? Have you been to Potter's Craft Cidery? Let me know down below in the comments. I would really love to get one of these fresh. Really disappointed this is most likely out of date. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, embrace the adventure.